Discover how amethyst's violet energy can quiet your busy mind and awaken your psychic gifts. Hello, my darlings, and welcome. Today I'm exploring amethyst, an enchanting crystal and a beloved stone for spiritual seekers and magical practitioners alike. Let's do some magical crafting. Amethyst has been treasured throughout history, holding special significance for those born under the sign of Pisces. This stunning purple crystal has captured human imagination for thousands of years, appearing in royal crowns, religious artifacts, and the talismans of healers and mystics. The name amethyst comes from the ancient Greek word amethystos, which means not intoxicated. This etymology hints at one of the stone's oldest and most enduring associations, the belief that it could prevent drunkenness and promote clarity of mind. Amethyst corresponds to the planet Jupiter, that expansive force of wisdom, abundance, and spiritual growth. This planetary connection enhances amethyst's properties related to higher learning, philosophy, and the expansion of consciousness. The stone also resonates strongly with Neptune, the planet of dreams, intuition, and spiritual transcendence, which explains why amethyst is so effective for dreamwork and psychic development. In terms of zodiac associations, amethyst holds special significance for Pisces, the mystical water sign ruled by Neptune. Pisces' energy is deeply intuitive, compassionate, and spiritually attuned, qualities that amethyst naturally supports and enhances. However, amethyst can benefit all signs, particularly Aquarius, whose innovative and humanitarian nature is supported by amethyst clarity and higher perspective. Virgos also find amethyst helpful as it calms their tendency towards mental overactivity and helps them trust their intuition alongside their analytical abilities. Amethyst is associated with the element of air, which governs the mental and spiritual realms, though some traditions also connect it to water for its emotional healing properties. The stone resonates most strongly with the crown chakra and third eye chakra, those energy centers that govern spiritual connection and intuitive perception. I've created a printable Book of Shadows page for this beautiful gemstone. If you'd like to download a PDF of this grimoire page, check out the links below the video. The myths and folklore surrounding amethyst are rich and layered. The most famous legend comes from Greek mythology and begins with Dionysus, the god of wine, revelry, and chaos. Known for his indulgent and sometimes unpredictable nature, Dionysus was both loved and feared by those who encountered him. One day, Dionysus became enraged by a mortal who had insulted him. In his anger, he vowed to unleash his wrath on the next person who crossed his path. The unfortunate person turned out to be a young maiden named Amethystos. She was a beautiful, pious woman on her way to pay homage to the goddess Artemis at her temple. Unaware of Dionysus' anger, Amethystos encountered him and quickly became the target of his fury. Dionysus summoned a pair of ferocious tigers to devour her as punishment. However, before the beast could harm her, Amethystos prayed to Artemis for protection. Hearing her plea, Artemis intervened, transforming Amethystos into a statue of pure, clear quartz to shield her from the god's wrath. Upon seeing the lifeless crystalline figure of Amethystos, Dionysus' anger quickly turned to remorse. Realizing the severity of his actions, he wept tears of sorrow. In some versions of the myth, Dionysus poured his wine over the statue as an offering to the girl he had wronged. The red wine soaked into the quartz, turning it a deep purple color. This transformation gave amethyst its legendary ability to ward off the effects of alcohol, a belief that persisted throughout ancient Greece. The ancient Greeks and Romans took the stone's protective properties quite seriously, crafting drinking vessels and goblets from amethyst in the belief that it would prevent intoxication and overindulgence. Wealthy Romans would wear amethyst jewelry to banquets, trusting in its power to keep their minds sharp and their behavior appropriate. This wasn't simply about avoiding drunkenness. It was believed that amethyst could protect against any form of excess or loss of control, making it a stone of temperance and wisdom. In Tibetan Buddhist tradition, amethyst holds a place of honor in spiritual practice. The stone is often used to create prayer beads known as malas, which practitioners use during meditation and mantra recitation. Tibetan Buddhists believe that amethyst enhances spiritual awareness and helps quiet the endless chatter of the mind, making it easier to achieve meditative states. The stone is associated with the crown chakra in these traditions, connecting the practitioner to higher consciousness and divine wisdom. Even the great Renaissance thinker Leonardo da Vinci wrote about amethyst in his notebooks, noting that the stone had the power to quicken intelligence and dispel evil thoughts. Throughout medieval Europe, amethyst was worn by royalty and high-ranking religious figures as a symbol of piety, humility, and spiritual devotion. The stone's purple color itself became associated with royalty and spiritual authority, making amethyst one of the most prized gemstones of the era. Amethyst is actually a variety of quartz that gets its distinctive purple color from iron and other trace elements combined with natural radiation during its formation. The color can range from the palest, almost translucent lilac to deep, rich purple that appears almost black in certain lighting. Some specimens even display color zoning with bands of lighter and darker purples, creating stunning visual effects. Amethyst forms in a variety of ways throughout the world, most commonly in geodes, those magical hollow rocks lined with sparkling crystal points. You'll also find amethyst in large clusters, single terminated points, and tumbled stones. Major deposits are found in Brazil, Uruguay, Mexico, and parts of Africa, though smaller deposits exist on nearly every continent. The different geological conditions in each location can produce subtle variations in color and crystal formation. The magical properties of amethyst are extensive and deeply connected to the spiritual and mental realms. First and foremost, amethyst is known as a stone of spiritual awareness and psychic enhancement. It gently opens and activates the crown chakra and third eye chakra, creating a clear channel for intuitive information and divine guidance. If you're working on developing your psychic abilities or deepening your meditation practice, amethyst is one of the most supportive stones you can work with. Amethyst carries a beautifully calming energy that soothes stress, anxiety, and emotional turbulence. When your mind feels scattered or overwhelmed, amethyst brings you back to center with its gentle, stabilizing presence. This makes it particularly valuable in our modern world where mental clutter and overstimulation are constant challenges. The stone doesn't simply suppress difficult emotions, rather it transmutes them, helping you process and release what no longer serves you. As a protective stone, amethyst can work on multiple levels. It creates a shield around your energy field that deflects negativity and psychic attack, but it does so in a way that feels nurturing rather than harsh. Amethyst is particularly effective at protecting you during sleep when your conscious defenses are down and you're more vulnerable to psychic intrusion or nightmares. Many practitioners keep amethyst by their bedside for exactly this reason. Dreamwork and intuition enhancement are areas where amethyst truly shines. The stone facilitates deeper, more restorative sleep while simultaneously enhancing dream recall and the vividness of your dreams. If you're interested in lucid dreaming or receiving guidance through your dreams, working with amethyst can open those pathways. It helps you distinguish between meaningful symbolic dreams and simple mental processing strengthening your ability to interpret the messages your subconscious is sending. There are many practical ways to incorporate amethyst into your daily life and magical practice. One of the simplest methods is carrying a small piece of amethyst with you throughout your day. When you feel stress rising or your thoughts becoming chaotic, hold the stone in your hand for a few moments and breathe deeply. You'll often notice an immediate sense of calm washing over you, as if the stone is absorbing the excess mental and emotional energy that was creating turbulence. Meditation with amethyst can be profoundly transformative. Hold a piece in your receiving hand or place a larger specimen in front of you during your practice. You can also lie down and place an amethyst point on your forehead, directly over your third eye. As you meditate, focus on the stone's energy and invite it to clear any blockages in your spiritual perception. You may find that insights come more easily or that you're able to quiet your mind more quickly than usual. The bedroom is one of the most powerful places to keep amethyst in your home. Place a cluster or geode on your nightstand or under your pillow to promote restful sleep and vivid, meaningful dreams. Many people report that amethyst helps them remember their dreams more clearly upon waking, making it easier to work with dream symbolism and receive nocturnal guidance. If you struggle with insomnia or restless sleep, amethyst's calming energy can help regulate your sleep patterns naturally. For divination and intuitive work, amethyst is an invaluable ally. Place amethyst crystals around your tarot cards, runes, or pendulum when you're not using them to keep the tools energetically clear and charged. During readings or intuitive sessions, hold a piece of amethyst or wear it as jewelry to enhance your receptivity to subtle messages. The stone helps you trust your intuition and interpret symbols accurately, rather than second-guessing yourself or letting your logical mind override your intuitive knowing. Wearing amethyst as jewelry keeps its beneficial energy in your field throughout your day. Rings, pendants, earrings, and bracelets made with amethyst not only look beautiful, but serve as constant sources of mental clarity and spiritual connection. A pendant worn over the heart or throat can help you communicate with wisdom and compassion, while a ring on your receiving hand helps you stay open to intuitive guidance. You can also create a dedicated altar space or corner of your home with amethyst as the central focus. Surround it with candles, meaningful objects, or other crystals that support your spiritual practice. This creates a power spot in your living space where the energy is particularly conducive to meditation, prayer, or magical work. Even just spending a few quiet moments each day in this space can help you maintain your spiritual connection. Like all crystals, amethyst benefits from regular cleansing and charging to maintain its energetic potency. You can cleanse amethyst by running it under cool water, though be gentle as some specimens can be fragile. You can also place your amethyst in moonlight, particularly during the full moon, to both cleanse and charge it simultaneously. Amethyst is photosensitive and can fade if left in direct sunlight for extended periods, so I recommend avoiding sun charging with this particular stone. The new moon is an ideal time to work with amethyst, as this lunar phase supports new beginnings, intention setting, and inner work. The quiet, introspective energy of the new moon pairs beautifully with amethyst's contemplative nature. Wednesdays, ruled by Mercury, are also auspicious for amethyst work, particularly when you're focusing on mental clarity, communication, or learning. The combination of Mercury's quick, intelligent energy and amethyst's spiritual wisdom creates a balanced approach to both practical and mystical pursuits. If you'd like to work with amethyst in a simple ritual, try this practice on the next new moon. Cleanse your amethyst and hold it in both hands. Close your eyes and take several deep breaths, feeling yourself becoming calm and centered. State your intention clearly, whether it's enhanced intuition, peaceful sleep, protection, or spiritual growth. Visualize your intention as a violet light flowing from your heart into the stone, programming it with your specific purpose. Keep the stone with you or in a special place and spend a few moments each day holding it and reconnecting with your intention. Amethyst offers us so many gifts: mental clarity when our thoughts feel scattered, spiritual connection when we feel disconnected from the divine, peaceful rest when anxiety keeps us awake, and psychic protection when we feel vulnerable. It reminds us that true wisdom comes not from frantic activity, but from quiet contemplation and inner knowing. May Amethyst's gentle wisdom guide you on your journey, bringing you clarity, peace, and deeper connection to your intuitive gifts.